this.
Let's go guys, game pertama Malaysia versus Iran. MLBB ladies ya.
Again, welcome to the World Esports Championship 2025 Malaysia versus Iran.
Game 1 about to begin in grand fashion right here, ladies and gentlemen. So for anyone watching at home, place your bets right now. Guess which of these two teams is going to come out on top in game number 1. But once again, we can jump into the land of dawn here, do a little bit of analysis. On paper, Malaysia should have the advantage towards the early mid-game stage, because that is the general purpose of the double fighter side lane comp in the first place. But they do have to worry about ganks. The Gatot Farsa duo can instantly burst someone down if they're not prepared for it.
Yeah, that's kind of true though. So again, you've talked about how Team Navi or Team Malaysia, to begin with, the fact that they are prioritizing on micro gaming, micro style, where they need to be sticking together. If they want to actually go for the team fight, it's not going to be easy as a solo or individual itself. So coming in right now, as we see, seems like they are going to actually go out with Rina as well as Shah. A little bit too extension, but then again, not to worry, because it's still earlier on. Everybody is still on a level 3. Not much of the damage that can actually be put out, and now they're still waiting for 3 seconds of the turtle to be spawned out.
Team Malaysia is definitely the one that wants to create momentum on their side. Again, playing double fighter side lane, having strong team fight heroes like Grok and Eve comboing together means that in general, they will have the advantage during objective battles. It's very difficult for Team Iran to walk up if there's enough members of Malaysia around, but they're still gonna try.
Oh, they're definitely gonna try and going all out. Right there, Mountain Shocker straight away, able to get the turtle first. Oh, RW have been put out. Yeah, Lishka for the first blood. As well as now, they're not gonna allow any Sturgeon coming in. Nil will be taken off for the second kill. No, he was able to move in. She is able to back up. Only one casualty was able to steal away by Team Malaysia.
That was definitely still a win for Team Malaysia, but Team Iran was able to get away without losing as much as I would have expected there. It was a very good initiation from Neil. Actually got a 3-man Throne of a Ruin right there inside the turtle pit, but unfortunately, she went just a little bit too far. The rest of the team is not able to catch up in time because they do have 2 slower frontliners, and without them, it's very difficult for them to actually try and disrupt the positioning of Team Malaysia. Because of that, it was very easy for them to make sure that Rina was still able to secure the retry timing on the turtle, and then the Arlil M just locked them in. It's lucky that Team Iran didn't actually lose more there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think pretty much that Team Malaysia had actually control every single motion, and despite the fact that Neil was able to get away with 3 players already contesting it, or even try to actually conquering her movement, he was able to back off very quickly and safely with a little bit of leeway. But at the same time, right here, that Sherry wants to go in all out to push in Honey, but that's just going to be a little bit of push and pull from the side of Iran towards Malaysia. But and again, seems like Neil push out, mobilize Rina as well as Shah. But then again, 4 players already stacks up. They're waiting for the team of Malaysia. But knowing for a fact that right here, Yuki says, nah, putting out the wall straight away to say, back off from my teammates.
I'm liking the rotations here from Team Malaysia. You know that the turtle is coming up in 15 seconds. You see the gank coming in. Neil even committing the Throne of Ruin means that most likely the other members of Team Iran are nearby. Even though it looked like they were in a 2v1 situation, they knew that they would probably be outnumbered since they didn't have vision of anyone else on the map. And by doing that, they keep their entire team alive, all of their cooldowns available as well. This should be a very easy turtle take once again.
Yep, definitely. Great conquering coming in from Yuki itself. The fact that literally a great zoning, denying every entrance, every movement coming in from Iran. And the fact that, okay, here's the thing about the team from Malaysia, right? Fafo is all alone, was able to actually just counter off Kana, and Kana almost able to back away down the wall right there. Sky as well, gonna pull in the mighty swing throughout her, but again, it's not gonna be a quick fight for the team of Malaysia, as they're just trying to actually chew away Iran's position.
Yeah, they're taking this slow, but they know that they need to continue pushing on the pressure right here. It looks like they're gonna try and engage on the Grok.
Gonna go in for Yuki right there, but again, Yuki doesn't need to worry much, because the fact that he's be able to go in, he goes for the dash straight away, gets 3, but at the same time, Fafo gets their phone out, but at the same time, can't actually survive. RW put out by Honey, but Sherry takes 5 first, but now Mighty swing as much as full onto his
Walah,
shot. Doesn't do
bisa
anything
gitu
because
ya
Kanan
guys ya.
gets Yuki, and Honey doesn't have the ball up. But the mountain shocker by Rina for the back off, and now Kana will be the next victim for the double kill itself.
Boleh ya guys ya.
Quite a quick sequence of events right there. Iran, honestly, good call to actually try and engage on that since they knew that the rest of Team Malaysia were on the opposite side of the map. But unfortunately, because they are a scaling composition, they weren't able to burst down the members of Team Malaysia long enough. Then we got to see the massive combo of the Tectonic Charge into the I'm Offended AOG, while Iran was still coming out on top because Rina and Shao were not part of that fight. It lasted long enough that the Yisun Shin was able to make it over and get the cleanup in, which means that Team Malaysia still does come out on top, and that's an excellent timing as well, because the next turtle is going to be up in another 15 seconds.
Looking at the side of Malaysia right now as they're able to actually get 2 turrets, not only from the top as well as the
Bentar
bottom.
lagi ada turtle yang terakhir guys ya.
As well as the land of Dom from the side of Malaysia. Iran trying their best to make sure that the middle turret will not break through. A lot of the ways will clear out for themselves, especially Nirvana not allowing it. But again, with them trying to actually make sure all the wave will not come through their own turret, it will give all the opportunity a free turtle straight away in the hands of Malaysia.
We're at the stage of the game right now where Team Iran is unfortunately going to need to give up a little bit of their mid game in order to make sure that they're still able to farm up. The goal right now is to basically sacrifice farm on the rest of the members in order to make sure they can funnel as much as possible into Kana on this Granger. Luckily for them, the gold lead still isn't the biggest right now. It's only a few thousand in favor of Team Malaysia, so it is still possible for them to make a comeback as long as they don't lose too much more map control. It's going to be difficult to achieve that because Malaysia is definitely starting to put on the pressure.
A lot of pressure, a lot of thorns been put out by Lisicka, but still it's not going to be enough to actually stop every movement of Malaysia. This is where we talk about how the macro gaming, the team fight, they will stick together, make sure they contest each and every single turret. And again, the mid lane finally has been break, so the first layer of turret has already been conquered by Team Malaysia. Getting closer and closer, they'll be able to actually even steal some of the buffs. Not only all of the buff might be in the hands of Team Malaysia already. And again, the Team Iran somehow looks a little bit lost at their moment with the crucial state.
Yeah, Team Iran unfortunately going to have a very difficult time even finding any space on the map right now. And this is one of the benefits of going for the Yisun Shin with the double fighter side lane composition. You have a lot of heroes that can operate generally independently, and that means that you can spread your grip over the map a lot more easily. Iran playing a more classic lineup, relying very heavily on this Farsa and Granger to do damage, means that their backline is always going to be vulnerable to dives.
Oh, and look at that. They're literally giving an opportunity, but again, they put out the frontal strikes right here, but at the same time, it's not going to be enough just to give a little bit of clearing of the minion wave. They're just letting off a little bit of breather for Iran to have their own space. But again, lots of the turrets already been taken out by Team Malaysia. Now they're looking forward for the mid as well. Got the taunts here, but at the same time, Mighty Swing comes in and Honey takes down straight away. RDM been put out, and Team Iran is a little bit scared. They had to back up. Mountain Shocker takes down Neil, immediately getting 1 kill for themselves.
A very systematic movements right there from Team Malaysia. Shah dived in, cut the line in half, didn't allow Iran to walk up to defend their tier 2, and even timed the Raging Slash to make sure that she could anti-CC the AOG coming in. Neil tried to go for the dive because she is going to be the front line for Team Iran, but unfortunately with the lack of damage and the positioning right now, it is very difficult for them to actually put up a fight in these direct 5v5s. Team Malaysia are right now on a direct shot to victory, and Team Iran's gonna need to pray for something big to happen here in order to turn this around.
Oh, agreed, definitely. Any mistakes that's coming in from Team Malaysia might actually be the key solution for Team Iran. But then again, looking how clean so far, every movement that was done already from Team Malaysia, that's a miracle for Team Iran if they want to do something right here. And again, getting a lot of economy-wise already on the upper hands for Team Malaysia. They've already got all the turtles. Lot is marching in, and this is just the first lot coming in. And known for a fact, the first lot is not as powerful as the second as well as the third, yet it might be enough to actually break the middle turret. The inhibitor turrets right here will be breaking immediately for the whole defense, but again, they're coming in straight away! Honey takes down Donna! RDM straight away, but at the same time, AOG takes down 2, but unfortunately, it's going to be Yuki, the only one to be sacrificed. Now trying to push in, Ripapa try to go in for the offended, but unfortunately not going to be able to take anyone. Team Iran goes back to the middle with Crystal already been an opportunity to the side of the Team Lot, and as well, Lot has crashed, but Farfall still away Neil, and now
langsung
they're
end
pushing it even more. Are they going to actually deny it immediately? With Sherry trying to pull away, trying to make sure that Shah does not. Feather Strike trying to be open up to actually shoo away the team of Mars, but Malaysia still surviving. Crystal just a little bit more if they can actually pull through. Rina looking forward to Kana, but doesn't manage to take her down, so she had to pull away to the fountain, but did manage to take down Sherry instead. And Lishika will be the next victim for the mega kill on
Udah lah
Rina.
guys, kelar
And
guys.
again, the Crystal will be first, and
10
it is
menit
going to be
doang
the
ya guys
first
ya.
win to Team Malaysia.
That is basically the definition of brute forcing your way to victory right there.
Iya dah.
Legitimately a ridiculous call
Oke lah,
being
lanjut.
made right there by Team
Kita
Malaysia
akan
to full dive
game kedua ya.
behind the